So it's a week since Tallinn, and I just thought I would share with you how the race went and like some of the data and stuff like that. And yeah, so I'll just get on with it. Before the race, like, things went pretty well. The taper went well. Tom did his normal, like, checking all my heart rates on training peaks to make sure that I wasn't doing anything too hard. He does the same for all his athletes. And then my carb load went well. I made sure that I was pretty disciplined with that, so I didn't have any issues on race day, and energy wasn't a problem. Before the race, I stuck to pretty much, there was a nutrition video I did of what I was planning on doing. I pretty much stuck to that. So I had my breakfast 3 hours before, had the salt tab. I didn't have the bar because I was feeling pretty full from the carb load, so I just had the caffeine. I just had some Red Bull. And then I changed my race plan a little bit on the swim because it was quite an odd swim, and that was getting more obvious when you went to the race briefing and stuff like that. But on race day, it really was obvious. You basically had to walk out to the pontoon. So you walked out into the sea, which was only really ankle deep. And then you started from the pontoon, like the normal swim start, like 4 at a time. I decided I didn't want to be at the front because this was going to be really weird, because you had to do an Aussie exit up onto this pontoon and back round. So I wasn't really sure how that was going to work, and I wanted to make sure that I could see athletes in front of me and how they were doing it. So I probably ended up starting a little bit too far back, but I had an alright swim. On the first lap, I swam 144s, I felt really good. Did the Aussie exit. On the second lap, there was a lot of congestion, and my open water swimming skills are not great, and that's probably where I lose a lot of speed generally. But as you can see, the second lap was 151s per 100 metres, and I had to stop quite a few times and figure out how to get around people, whereas when you see the pros, they just kind of go to the side and carry on. Yeah, I wasn't like that. So that's definitely something that I'm going to try and work on, because you really want to get as much out of your swim as you can and get out of the water. And then into T1, I did it as fast as I can, but I need to brush up on my transitions. I am not quick. But I got out onto the bike. I managed to get everything on, so that was fine. And I basically just stuck to my plan on the bike. I was planning between 140 and 150 beats per minute. My average bang in the middle, 145 beats per minute over the whole 5 hours. That ended up 188 watts. My average and normalised were pretty close because it was a flat course, so I was just pressure on the pedals. But I was really careful not to go over the top of that heart rate, and that worked really well with the nutrition plan. I got in way more nutrition than I normally do. I didn't quite manage my whole amount that I planned, but I also biked a bit quicker than I thought I would. So I ended up with 437 grams of carb I had. And that's 87 grams an hour. I felt a little nauseous immediately after eating, but that died down quite quickly. So like I kind of brought my heart rate down for about 5 minutes after eating. The nausea went away, then I felt really strong, and that kind of like kept going round. So like that was okay because I wasn't actually sick. So massive improvement on Almir. And yeah, and coming off the bike, I felt really strong. So at the low heart rate, my legs just felt strong to the end, and I felt good going into T2. And what was amazing was I was actually second overall going into T2, which like going in, I thought like bringing the heart rate down and bringing things down, like I may not go through the field quite as fast as I normally do, and I had to kind of accept that was part of the plan. But actually, like, second overall was way better than I expected, and I've never felt anything like it. There's no pro field, so when I got off, like, the commentator announced second woman, people went crazy. Like, the support was unreal, so thank you if you were out there. It was yeah, it was amazing. So yeah, definitely something I would like to feel again. And a world away from my first Ironman that I did a decade ago, where actually I was still on the run course when they were clearing away the cones, because there was so few competitors left on the run course. So to now have this experience was just like unreal. But yeah, so then onto the run. So again, I had a heart rate plan to actually go at 150 beats a minute. I went quite a lot lower than this because the splits were coming out well below 4-hour marathon pace, which me and Tom had talked about before would be a good pace for me to run. So I just kind of thought, they're coming out like 5:30s, some of them like 5:19. So I just thought, actually, I'm at 140 beats a minute. I'll just hold it here unless those paces start to like go up. So I just held it there, and that just kept going, to be honest, for like most of the race. I ate all my nutrition, so that was the all 8 gels, ate all of them, and I had the 2 salt tablets, so that was 500 milligrams of salt, and over the run 230 grams of carb. I kept eating the whole way through. Totally different to Ironman Langkawi. I didn't throw up, which was amazing. I didn't feel sick. I felt strong. I felt good. Yeah, like it was everything I kind of hoped for, to be honest. And I was on track to run that 4-hour marathon right up to the last 4K. So I think what happened there was basically the strength in my legs wasn't quite there to finish it off. I kind of felt the form kind of deteriorate, which when I've only managed to do a 2-hour 20 long run and my volume's been at 30k, I can't really complain. That's a pretty good performance off of that training and off of my run ability. And yeah, I'm super happy with that. And like I said, the nutrition went down well. I was still sweating. Still had salt in my sweat. So my hydration status was completely different to any of the Ironmen that I've done. And yeah, it was just an amazing race. I finished 12th overall. I was really happy with it. As always, like there's some things that I can definitely take away, I can definitely work on. I've already spoken about the open water swim skills, which I'm improving at. This is my best swim this year, but I think I can definitely do better. But then coming back to the run, which is definitely my weak point, I need more strength to get through the whole run, and especially if I could lift the heart rate, that strength probably would have gone a lot quicker. So what I need to do with that is I'm basically planning on working up the volume, my run volume a bit. That's going to take some time, but also working up the strength. So I only managed 1 hill session in this because we were focused so much on the long runs, but like doing some hill sessions, doing some higher intensity intervals, and making sure I'm doing those consistently. Like hopefully that will mean I see some run progress, and maybe I could go faster at the next one and hold that higher heart rate. So yeah, so I'll be working on that basically. And the bike I could definitely do at a higher heart rate, so I think it's just having the confidence to do a harder bike and then still be able to run off it. I'm not done. I'm never done. And I've actually booked another race on my way home from Tallinn. Obviously, like I've said, I want to work on the run speed and my run strength. So it makes a lot more sense to go back to the shorter 70.3 distance, because that will give me a lot more time in training to work on those. So I have chosen to do Ironman 70.3 Goa. It's a place I've always wanted to go, and it's a non-wetsuit swim and a hilly bike, which really kind of plays to my strengths. And I've got an ambitious side goal. So I've come off the bike in 2nd overall woman now. This race, Ironman Langkawi, I was 3rd overall off at Warsaw, and at Challenge Almere at the European Champs, I was also 3rd. So I really would like to come off in the lead.
That's nuts. Especially that's crazy. Okay, all right.
this is quite ambitious because like there's always some fast people doing these races. But yeah, like I'm gonna give it a crack. So yeah, follow along for that. But first, we're mainly going to be following Tom on the channel because he is going to have another crack at a sub 9 hour Ironman, which is insanely fast, having just done a 10 hour 30. I can tell you that is going to be hard. He is going to document all his training and everything like that. I'm going to be trying to video it and keep up with him. He's doing that at Ironman California. He is pretty determined and the boy is fit at the moment, so I'm pretty excited for it. I'm excited to see what he can do, because last time, if you've watched it already, basically what happened is he injured his knee coming out of the swim exit and he couldn't finish the run. This time he is all in and he is pretty determined. I had a blast. I hope you have enjoyed following along. I hope you'll tune in to the next stuff, and yeah, any questions or anything I didn't cover that you want to know, just drop a comment, and we'll see you next time.